Hi everyone. In today's tutorial, we are going to see how we can dynamically load different format of files in using PySpark from Lakehouse. So in the Lakehouse, I have already loaded different formats of file. Like these are JSON format file, this is CSV, and one is Parquet format file also. So let's open our notebook, and I have also tested the Lakehouse also here. So if if we want to load any data set, so like for example, if we want to load this flight delays.csv, so we'll copy the path, then we'll say df underscore flight, then we'll do spark dot read dot format, it's csv dot header, sorry, dot option header true, then we'll do infer, so dot option infer schema true dot load, and we'll give the path. So let's display this. So meanwhile, when this is loading, so this is how we can load the CSV file. In the same way, we can load the JSON file also. We have to just change the format here. We have to make it JSON. In the same way, we can load Parquet file also. But the problem will be when we will be having multiple files here. Like just think of it like hundreds or 50 files here. So just think a scenario from where from a crm system we are getting file from in csv, and from e-commerce we are getting like files in json format, or maybe like we are getting the data using any kind of api key and we are storing it as a file that will be also most probably json format. And if there is any erp system, most probably we will be getting the files in parquet format. So and all the files are getting dumped into lakehouse. So what will happen every time we have to create a data frame, then we have to load it over there. And we will have like some other options also. For example, we can use the data pipeline, we can use the for each activity, we can use Azure Data Factory, that kind of things we can use. But how we can solve that problem using PySpark itself? So let's try that. So first of all, we have to understand the structure where the file is stored. So for example, here under the files folder, all the files are getting stored here. So our first question is how we can find this path, how we can find this path, or how we can find dynamically what are the files available in that particular folder. So for that, we have one specific function itself, and that function is spark msparkdetails dot fs dot ls. Now here we will be giving the folder name. So for example, here we have the folder name, I think it's files. Yeah, it's files. Okay, so let's run this. See, so while running this, we are getting a list, and in this specific list we are getting file info where we have the path. So see, here is the path, here is the name, and obviously like here is the name and here is the size. Similarly, we can see this one is the csv, this is the path, this is the abfs path, and this is the name, and this is the size of the file. So by this way we will be able to get a list itself. But how we will get the path from here and name from here? So for example, if I will do dot path, so let's first store it in a variable, let's call it files. Now if I will loop over files, let's just let's print it out. See, so when we are printing this out, we are able to get each and every component, but still we have to find out the path here and name also from here. So let's, if I will do dot path, we will get the path of each and every file. And if I will do dot name, then we will be able to get the name of the file itself. Now how we can load it dynamically in PySpark data frame itself? So for that, obviously we have to run a loop, and under the loop, whenever we will be providing this file path will be dynamically getting used here itself, and every time we will be loading a different file. But because we have to load it into different data frames itself, so we have to store it somewhere. So for that specific purpose, we will create a data frame. Let's call it data frames. So it will be a dictionary. So let's create this, and now let's create a for loop. So we are doing the same thing, we are looping over it, and whenever we'll do like file dot name, we will be able to get the name. Whenever we'll do file dot path, we will be able to get the path. So first we need the name. So let's call it file underscore name, and okay, so it will be getting looping over there, so it will be file, and will when we'll say name, it will give us the name. But the problem with the name is, let me show you here. So see, so the problem with name here is we have this also, we have the whatever is the format of the file, so we have to split it. So let's try to split it, or split, and we'll split it with comma. Then if we'll do this, I think we can just use, let's try this. Okay, we have to do this, and if I will say 0, what I will get? Okay, actually this will be not comma. Obviously it is dot csv dot json. So now what is happening? We are splitting the name. So earlier it was day1 dot json. So now with the dot it is getting splitted out. So now we have day1 and json separately in a list. Now if I have to take just the name, so the place value of this will be 0. So like, because the list start with the 0 1 2 3 like that, so we'll use the 0 here. See, so in this way we will be able to retrieve the file name itself. Now after, so whatever we have done here, we will do here also the same thing. Dot split, and then it will be the 0 place value. Okay, so now every time, so for example first it is looping over day1, so here we will be storing the name day1. Now we have to read the file. So let's, if file dot name dot ends with. So ends with. Now what we will check, what is the extension of the file, like whether it's a .csv, .json or .parquet. So if the is file dot name is ended with .csv, then so yeah, here is our dictionary. So then we'll use the data frames file name. So here we are storing the that particular file name as a data frame in our dictionary itself. So data frames file name, then we'll do spark dot read dot option and make it header as true. Then we'll do option, make it infer schema also true. Now for doing the dot load, we'll use file dot path. So this is how we will handle the CSV format files. Now let's just copy this. Now we'll use elif, and if the format is .json, then let's make it simple. So it will just read the file, data frames file name spark.read.json file.path. In the same way, we'll do it for the Parquet format files also. Okay, so now how it will work? Every time whenever it will run, it will loop through this. So here we are storing the name. So what we are doing, we are saying okay, so day one is coming here, so it will be day one. The name will be stored as day one here, and because it's a JSON file, it will get read over there, and the data frame will be data frames, and under that the name of the data frame will be the day one. Similarly, it will happen for the Parquet and CSV. So in this way, we will be able to handle this three format of files. And obviously, if we will have any another format of files, if we have text format or any another thing, we can add the condition here itself. So now let's run this. Okay, it's saying flight underscore delay.csv does not exist. Let's check. Okay, it exists here. Why it's giving error? So it's saying delta table not found. Spark.read option infer schema true dot load file dot path. It should work even if we don't have the flight underscore delays. Okay, so it's saying it doesn't. Okay, so why it is happening? If we will see here, we didn't specify what will be the format of the file. So that's why what is happening when it is loading the CSV file, it is trying to read it as a delta table because we didn't specify any kind of format. So let's specify the format. So I think now this will work. Okay, so this is succeeded. So we have the data frames dictionary. Okay, so we can see here it is here something like this. So let's make it for name in data frames dot keys print name. Okay, so these are the data different data frames created, and how we can access this. So for example, under data frames dictionary we want to access, let's say, flight delays, and we can just do the so. Yeah, so we will be able to see this, or I think display will be better. Let's do the display. Yeah, the same way if we want to look into, let's say, this Parquet format file. See, this is also loaded. Want to see these orders. This is also loaded, and let's check this also because this was a JSON file. This is also loaded. So in this way we will be able to handle different format of files here itself, and we can dynamically load the files into the data frame.